Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Dupree Does Sports. And today is fight day. It is UFC 300 Saturday, tonight. It's currently 4:10 p.m. right now. The early prelims start at 6, and so I wanted to make sure I got this video. I'm gonna be doing the whole card since it's just a great card. I'm normally not gonna do the whole card for every UFC event, but for this one, I'm doing it. So kicking it off. Bantamweight division, we got Deiveson Figueiredo and Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt's, this is Davison's second fight in the bantamweight division after beating Rob Font in his debut. Cody Garbrandt, he seems like he's trying to get back on the road. He says he's been talking to the sports psychiatrist at the UFC PI. It's been helping him a lot. And so I think both of these crazy power between both of these guys. I think I wouldn't. This is going to be one of the many fights where I wouldn't be surprised if either man won. However, I think Deiveson might try to wrestle a little bit more. He might try to go for a little bit more takedowns. But granted, the 300K bonus, everybody wants that. So you want to put on an exciting fight. So I do believe at the same time, Deiveson might go for more takedowns. He might be more willing to trade with Cody. And in the past, when Cody has tried to do that and trade with guys and he gets a little, out of his game plan, that's when he gets stopped. And that could happen again. So I might go with Deiveson by stoppage, maybe round 2. Deiveson round 2 stoppage. Bobby Green, Jim Miller. I like Bobby Green. Bobby Green's my guy. I like watching him fight, I like his style. Jim Miller is just a legend of the game. Fought at UFC 100, 200, now 300. 42 years old. I think he's 40. Just an absolute legend. His hands are getting better. He's getting more stoppages more lately. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna take Jim Miller. Bobby Green, he's kind of been up and down, kind of up and down. He got stopped by Jalen Turner his last bout. And Bobby Green he does get hit. He gets hit. And if Jim Miller can find the shot, I think he will. So I'm gonna go with Jim Miller in that one. Jessica Andrade and Marina Rodriguez. This is going to be one of the many ones, so I'm just going to make a pick. I'm not really going to go into it for real. I'm taking Jessica Andrade. Powerful, too much. I'm going Jessica Andrade in the women's strawweight. Jalen Turner versus Money Moicano. I think this goes to decision. I think Jalen Turner, he starts off really good. He starts off really fast in all his fights. And size, length, I don't know how he's fighting out lightweight. I don't know how he makes 155 with his length and his size. But I'm going to go with Jalen Turner by decision. I think Jalen Turner wins rounds 1 and 2. And then Moicano, he starts getting it into his bag into the 3rd round, but it's just going to be too late. I got Jalen Turner by decision, 29-28. That's the last fight of early prelims. Now we head into the actual prelims starting at 8. Super Sadiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopez at featherweight. Sadiq is ranked 13th in the division. Lopez does not have a ranking. Lopez is just a very fun fighter to watch. Excuse me, my roommate Gavin. But he doesn't really have that many boring fights. That's just not in his nature. And so I'm going to go with Diego Lopez by stoppage. I don't know which round. I think he might stop him. That's what I'm going. And by the way, I'm looking at the card right now, on my computer, going through it. Holly Holm, Kayla Harrison. I was very surprised to see Kayla Harrison actually made weight. That's kind of why I kind of waited to do this video, just to see if there was any weight issues and anything, because she used to fight at 155 PFL, excuse me. She used to fight 155. And now she made 135? She deserves all the praise because that is crazy in my mind. So, and I think Kayla Harrison is going to beat her. Holly Holm, I know she's 42. She's getting up there. She's still very good, but I think Kayla Harrison, her ground game, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, I think she's just going to be too much with the takedowns and just the pressure. So I'm going Kayla Harrison. She might try to get it done early. I'm going second round stoppage for Kayla Harrison. Calvin Kattar, Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain's moving up to 145 after losing the belt to Sean O'Malley in August last year. Calvin Kattar coming off a long layoff after he was injured. This is an interesting one. Very interesting because I can see Calvin Kattar, his boxing is very crispy. He's one of the best boxers in the division in the UFC. Very good, very tactical boxing. But Aljamain Sterling, if he gets a hold of you and he's able to take you down, it could be a very, very long fight. A very long fight. And I think Aljamain being at 145, he's going to be stronger. He might be, I don't know if he's going to be a little bit faster, but he's definitely going to be stronger. I think I'm going to go Aljo. I don't know if he gets the stoppage. But another thing about Aljo's game, he shoots for takedowns. It's very telegraphed. He does it from far away to the point where you could counter with something. And I think Calvin Kattar might hurt him early. But then Aljamain will be able to recover and get the win. Actually, I'm going Aljo by decision. I'm going Aljo to win his featherweight debut. Yuri Prochazka, Alexander Rakic in the feature prelims. This is going to be great. Striking masterpiece in this one. Yuri Prochazka coming off his loss against Alex Pereira. And then Rakic, him coming off his injury, he's been about at least like a year and a half since he's been in the octagon. So him coming back against a high level guy, this is almost it's not. This is not a number one contenders match because you have Ankalaev waiting right there for the winner of the main event of the card. But this is going to be very interesting to see what happens in the rankings after this fight and like who would if one of these guys are gonna have to fight again, or they could just wait out and wait after Ankalaev gets his shot at the title. This is a pick. The odds are minus 120 to Rakic, plus 100 to Yuri. This is a pick 'em. Throw it up. See who catches it. I'm gonna go. I think there's gonna be a stoppage. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go Yuri. Not sure why. I'm just gonna go Yuri. And we'll leave it at that. Moving into the main card, we got Bo Nickal and Cody Brudnich. That's how you say it, at middleweight. This, as a UFC fan, I am not happy that this is on the main card. This should not be above any of those other fights that I've previously talked about, but it's there, so we'll leave it. Bo Nickal gets the win. Whatever he wants, I'll give him the win. Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan at lightweight. I didn't notice Arman's the favorite. He's minus 225 against Charles. That's interesting. It's interesting. This is another one of those lightweight matchups where it's the older guy kind of, even though Arman is ranked fourth, kind of the older guy in the division fighting one of the young lions, like Justin Gaethje fought Fiziev last year in March. Dustin Poirier, he just fought Benoit Saint Denis in March, at 299, and they both kind of, Dustin got the knockout, Justin got the decision win. I think this might be another one of those, like, the younger guy kind of starts off quick, he starts off fast, and I think Charles will be able to get him out of there. I think Charles might beat him second round stoppage. A key factor into this is like the Islam fight with Charles. Both men have lost to Charles, but Arman, it was so early into his UFC career. He's learned, he's gotten so much better. I think the Arman being so well versed on the ground, like Islam was, Charles is not gonna take as many chances as trying to as going forward. Because normally we see Charles press forward, press, crazy pressure. But Arman being good at having a good ground game and a well-versed ground game, I don't know if Charles is going to be as pressure and as forward as he normally will be, which could open up the hands for Arman, which we all know if we watched his last fight, knocking out Beneil Dariush in 1 minute. He has it. He has the striking. He has the hands. I'm going to still go Charles. That's just something to look out for. This could be very, very, very competitive as long as it goes. Staying in the lightweight division, the BMF title, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, moving up from 155 to take on Justin Gaethje. This is another one of those pick'ems for me. Throw it up in the air. Who's going to catch it? I think, I'll say this. I think Max Holloway can be able to hurt Justin. I think Max might have Justin hurt in some point of this fight. How long it goes will be the question. Because as we all know, I don't think Max has been dropped. Max has never been stopped. He's never been knocked out. But he's going up against the highlight, one of the hardest punchers in the division in the UFC. So it's just hard because Max took so much punishment in that third Volk fight. He's taking punishment from a lot of guys. Dustin Poirier at 145, Conor at 145. He took damage off. He took strikes and punches from 5 rounds off of Dustin at 155. In 2019, in that fight, if you seen it, you could tell Dustin Poirier is just a bigger man. He was just a much bigger man than Max, and that could be another fact that could happen in this one too. Justin just might be bigger than him, at 155. I'm gonna go Justin because I do believe Justin is on a streak right now. And he's just, after the Oliveira loss, Justin has kind of learned and been able to adapt really well in fights. So I'm going to go Justin by stoppage. Not sure what round it is. This is going to be a crazy one, though. Absolute crazy one. Zhang Weili and Yao Xiaonan for the women's strawweight title. I'm going Zhang Weili. Both of these women have power. No. This is a history-making fight. First two Chinese fighters fighting for a title, or at least fighting against each other, especially for Chinese women fighting for a title. I thought this was going to happen in China. Like, they was going to have a UFC event in China, but it's at 300, and I'm fine with that. And by the way, everybody having an issue with these women fights on the card, not this one. There's no way you can look at this fight and have an issue with it. look at Zhang Wei Li and what she's done since the first time she got the title, when she beat Jessica Andrade, and the fight she's had since then. You know, Joanna, Rose, the second Rose fight, you know, the first one she got knocked out quick. But the second Rose fight, Carla Esparza, Amanda Lemos, she's just, I don't think there's one boring Zhang Wei Li fight. She's always coming forward. She's just very exciting. And Yao Xiaonan, she is very powerful, very fast. She's, you know, we saw her, she knocked out Jessica Andrade, with essentially one punch. You know, Zhang Wei Li, it was an accumulation of punches. But the factor in this one, Zhang Wei Li's wrestling would just be way too much, in my opinion, for Yao Xiaonan. So I'm going Zhang Wei Li. 4th round stoppage. Either ground and pound or submission. I'm just going 4th round stoppage for Zhang Wei Li. The main event is where it matters. For the lightweight title, champion Alex Pereira with what? 7 UFC fights. Headlining UFC 300. Insane. Alex Pereira, the current champ, versus the former 205 champion, Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill beats Glover Teixeira last year in January for the vacant title. Tears his Achilles in, I think, July. Has to vacate. Alex beats Yuri in November. Alex becomes champ. Jamal is, you know, we're weighing out for him, trying to figure out when he's going to be back. He's back. Sort of like the Gaethje-Holloway fight. I would not be surprised if either one won. I would not be surprised if Jamal hurts Alex Pereira, because Jamal has that type of power. I think people are kind of sleeping on Jamal. His power and his movement and his striking is underrated. I think it's very, very underrated, because we've seen him hit the chin and knock somebody out, and we've seen him, like he did with Johnny Walker, just hit him, and it wasn't even like a clean punch. It was like he just kind of hit him there, and he knocked him out. Like we've all seen it. He sent Johnny Walker like out, and so having that type of power is very, very crucial in this fight. Now, we are talking about Alex Pereira. The man stalks you down. I think I might go Alex. I wouldn't be surprised if Jamal wins, even though I like Jamal. Jamal is one of my guys. And I am an Izzy fan. However, I do believe Alex will win. I think Alex, the leg kicks, you know, the versatile striking, the movement, his calmness, I think that will play very well into his game, especially the low kicks. Nobody has been able to solve the puzzle that is the Alex Pereira leg kicks. Nobody has. The first Izzy fight, Izzy left the cage limping. And in the second Izzy fight, we saw Izzy was having trouble standing after taking a couple of leg kicks off of Pereira. So I think that will slow Jamal down, and Alex will be able to find his chin, find his placement, you know, his timing. And a thing with this one though is Alex likes to kind of stalk. You know, like he stalks. He'll come forward and throw leg kicks, you know, jab, body, all of that stuff, right hands. Jamal also likes to do that. Jamal also likes to come forward, but he's not afraid to go backwards. I was watching the Jamal Hill Glover Teixeira fight, and Glover was kind of pressing him forward, you know, pressing him back, and Jamal was still having success with his strikes. Now, the flip side to that, when Jamal starts coming forward, that could be an issue for Alex, because almost all we've seen in the UFC is Alex kind of coming forward. Now, he did knock out Yuri Prochazka going backwards. You know, caught him with that right hand and the little left hook and knocked him out. But I think Jamal, I don't know if Jamal will come in as reckless as Yuri did. And if you've been on the internet, you've kind of seen Jamal Hill has been talking to Izzy. And so kind of like how Pereira gave some tips to Sean Strickland, Izzy could have given some tips to Jamal Hill. You know, I think it was Pereira, or he kind of put the idea of, you know, when Izzy is backed up against a cage, it's always straight, it's always hooks. He always, hooks. So it just to go straight. And that's how Strickland dropped Izzy in the first round. Izzy could have given Jamal something like that too, and I probably think he did. And Jamal, he's fearless. He doesn't fear him, which is going to be this is going to be a very, very good fight. I'm going to go Alex. I was thinking second round stoppage. I'm going to go third round stoppage and that third round TKO to retain his UFC title. And he's been talking about he wants to, main event 300, then main event 301 in Brazil. Insanity. Because it just all depends on how much damage he takes and if he's able to get cleared. But if he gets this win, this man could headline back-to-back pay-per-views. Kind of like how Davison did in 2020. He main evented 255. I think it was against Alex Perez. Beat him in the first round by submission. And then next month, he had his first fight, his first of 400,000 fights with Brandon Moreno. That was their first fight at 250, UFC 256. It's crazy to think that he could literally, he has a chance to do that. But that all, depends on what happens tonight. So that are my picks for UFC 300. I cannot wait. I am going to be locked in at 6 o'clock. Me and my roommate Gavin, we're going to be locked in. We have friends over, locked in from the get-go. So make sure you guys tune in. Watch the fights however you can. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share, comment, do all those things. I've been Dupree. I'll see you next time. Stay solid.